strengthening your muscles, your skin, your senses. Earth's gravity is weaker, yet its atmosphere is more nourishing. You've grown stronger here than I ever could have imagined. The only way to know how strong is to keep testing your limits.
Even when you had two eyes, you'd see only half the picture.
It's too strong. Without my hammer, I can't.
Are you Thor, the god of hammers? Was to help you control your power, to focus it. It's never your source of strength.
It's too late. She's already taken Asgard.
Asgard is not a place. Never was. This could be Asgard. Asgard is where our people stand. Even now, right now, those people need your help.
I'm not as strong as you.
No. You're stronger.
Tell me, brother, what were you the god of again?
Welcome to the debate of Superman versus Thor. I'll be asking the questions, and on each topic, both sides will present their arguments. Representing Thor, we have a Thor fan.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'm a Thor fan.
Representing Superman, we have a Superman fan.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm a Superman fan.
Let's begin. We have to start with the most basic question of godhood. Does the Kryptonian actually outlift a literal god? Or is he just a glorified bodybuilder with a cape?
Let's stop pretending they're in the same league. Thor is the universal constant for strength. His defining feat is wrestling the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr. This snake is large enough to wrap around the earth and crush it into dust. Thor didn't just hold it. He lifted the entire thing off the ground. That is a planetary plus feat performed with base strength. No sun dipping, no power-ups. Superman struggles to move planets without breaking a sweat. Thor wrestles world-ending monsters for fun. Superman lifts heavy things. Thor lifts the apocalypse.
For fun? Please, stop drinking the Asgardian mead. While Thor is playing WrestleMania with a snake, the new 52 Superman bench pressed the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight. 5 days. He didn't break a sweat until day 5. That is 5.9 sextillion tons held without a break. And in Justice League, he physically pushed the gears of the World Forger. Strength that moves the mechanism of the multiverse itself. Thor lifts monsters? Cute. Superman lifts the physics engine of reality. Thor would tear a bicep trying to match that endurance.
Okay, shots fired on the endurance front. But lifting rocks doesn't win fights. We need to know who hits harder when it actually matters. Does Thor have the force to turn the Man of Steel into paste? Or is he completely outmatched by Kryptonian kinetics?
Lifting is gym work. Striking is for warriors. Thor struck Exitar the Executioner, a celestial whose armor withstands cosmic entropy, and cracked his skull open. The shockwave alone shattered nearby moons. That wasn't a speed blitz. That was Thor standing still and hitting something so hard, the laws of physics filed a complaint. Superman punches hard, sure, but Thor hits with the weight of a collapsing star, focused into a metal brick. One clean hit from Mjolnir, and Superman isn't waking up until the next reboot.
You're delusional if you think a hammer swings harder than Superman. In the Sixth Dimension arc, a sun-dipped Superman flew through the World Forger's masterpiece, a literal, newly formed multiverse dimension, and shattered it. One punch. He destroyed a dimension with kinetic force. When he fought Earth 2 Superman, their punches were shattering the boundaries of space-time. Thor cracks armor? Good for him. Superman punches holes in reality. Thor is swinging a mallet. Superman is a living asteroid impact.
Both of them are hitting with multiverse-level force, but a fight isn't just one punch. Let's look at the fuel source. In a week-long war, who runs out of gas first? The solar battery that needs a recharge, or the god of thunder?
Thor represents flatline maximum output. He does not need to sunbathe to be useful. He enters the fight at 100% capacity. If he gets pushed, he enters Warrior's Madness, a 10 times multiplier to stats instantly. In the God Bomb arc, he was tortured for weeks and still stood up to fight Gore. His stamina comes from the Odin Force, which is magic, meaning it's infinite. Superman is a battery. Batteries run dry. If the sun goes down or Thor blocks it, Superman is just a guy in a cape. Thor is a god 24/7.
Just a guy? That guy becomes a god if he sits in the sun for 10 minutes. The solar battery isn't a gas tank, it's a reactor. Against Doomsday and Hunter-Prey, Superman's body evolved mid-fight to handle the threat. His adaptation is exponential. While Thor is stuck in his Warrior's Madness temper tantrum, Superman is metabolizing energy faster every second. In DC 1,000,000, he literally became a golden cosmic deity just by existing. Thor peaks and burns out. Superman scales until he breaks the concept of limits.
I love the temper tantrum dig, but let's look at range. Who wins the laser show when they stop punching? Is it the heat vision that burns stars, or the lightning that summons the Odin Force?
Heat vision is cute. It toast bread. Thor's lightning is a manifestation of the Odin Force. He can summon bolts hot enough to harm the Hulk and Silver Surfer. But his ultimate weapon is the God Blast. This is an expulsion of Thor's own life force channeled through Mjolnir. It is powerful enough to force a hungry Galactus to flee and has shattered the armor of Celestials. Unlike heat vision, which is just physical heat, the God Blast and the Anti-Force operate on esoteric levels that physical durability cannot mitigate. It's not a laser, it's an execution.
The God Blast takes 20 minutes of screaming to charge up. Heat vision is instant. It travels at light speed. Superman can focus it to perform a lobotomy on a gnat or widen it to encompass an entire planet, like when he vaporized a fleet of Doomsday clones. In the New 52, he unlocked the Super Flare, an omnidirectional expulsion of all his stored solar energy. This blast incinerates everything in a massive radius. Thor won't have time to channel his life force when his retinas are being burned out at Planck temperatures.
Thor has a massive cheat code, though. Magic. Is Superman actually allergic to magic like the internet says? Or is that just a myth people use to nerf him?
It's not a myth. It's a fatal flaw. Thor has stood in the center of the sun, so heat vision is a joke to him. But Mjolnir? That hammer contains the God Tempest, a galaxy-sized storm compressed into a chunk of Uru. When Thor hits Superman, he isn't hitting him with metal. He's hitting him with reality-warping chaos magic. It bypasses that bioelectric aura Superman fans love to brag about. Superman has zero natural defense against high-tier magic. He doesn't tank the God Blast, he gets erased by it. He folds like laundry against a wizard.
Stop with the glass cannon nonsense. Superman has tanked magic lightning from Shazam and Black Adam repeatedly. Does it hurt? Yes. Does it stop him? Never. He survived Darkseid's Omega beams, literal existence erasure, and walked it off. If he can tank entropy, he can tank a glittery hammer. Plus, you're forgetting the cheat code. Regeneration. As long as there is a drop of sunlight, Superman heals instantly. Thor chips away at a statue that rebuilds itself in real time. Thor hits him, Superman bleeds, Superman heals, Superman laughs.
Regeneration is cool, but what happens if they actually die? Who stays dead? If we put them in the ground, which one crawls back out to finish the fight?
Thor is functionally immortal through the Ragnarok cycle. Even if his physical body is destroyed, his spirit persists. He has died and resurrected multiple times, returning from Hell, Valhalla, and the Void. In Thor, disassembled, he ended the cycle of Ragnarok by destroying the loom of fate, proving he exists outside the concepts of life and death mandated by the universe. You cannot permanently kill a being who is woven into the tapestry of existence. He will return inevitably, often stronger than before with rune magic. Superman dies? He needs a funeral and a black suit.
Superman has conquered death through biology. After his death against Doomsday, he didn't rely on magic to return. His consciousness endured while his body entered a solar hibernation coma. In the Rebirth era, we learned that there is a Superman theory. The universe will fundamentally not allow Superman to stay dead. But practically speaking, unless Thor vaporizes every single cell, Superman will regenerate. He has healed from being a withered husk in The Dark Knight Returns simply by the sun touching him. He refuses to leave the chat.
Let's get to the heat. Speed. Is Thor really a statue compared to Superman? Or is that just a meme? Can the God of Thunder actually hit a man moving at light speed?
This is where the debate ends and the slaughter begins. Superman thinks in attoseconds. He performs surgery in nanoseconds. He can throw 1,000,000 punches before Thor's neurons fire the signal to lift his arm. Thor is painfully slow. He gets tagged by Wolverine and Captain America. Wolverine. To Superman, Thor is literally moving in slow motion. Superman can disassemble Mjolnir, tie Thor's shoelaces together, and punch him into orbit before Thor even realizes the fight started. It's not a fight. It's a bullying session.
Oh, here we go with the speed blitz fallacy. Running fast is great for track and field, not a death match. Thor intercepts the Silver Surfer who travels through hyperspace. He tracks Hermes, the god of speed. But more importantly, you don't need to aim if you destroy the whole zip code. Thor summons the storm. He covers the entire horizon in lightning. You can't dodge an attack that occupies every inch of the battlefield simultaneously. Thor senses the energy shift before you move. Superman runs into a lightning bolt face first.
Track and field versus destroy the zip code. But who controls the arena? If the planet starts breaking, who dictates where the fight happens? The weather manipulator or the guy who can fly to space?
Thor controls the environment absolutely. He can summon storm clouds to block out the sun, effectively cutting off Superman's power source. He can open portals to the Black Winter or dimensions with red suns. If the physical battlefield favors Superman, Thor magically alters it. He can manipulate the gravity of the battlefield using Mjolnir, pinning Superman to the ground or flinging him into deep space. Thor doesn't just fight in the world, he commands the weather and physics of the world he stands on.
Blocking the sun is a temporary measure. Superman stores enough solar energy to fight for weeks without a recharge. Furthermore, Superman controls the engagement distance. He can bull rush Thor into the sun itself, overloading his durability. He can drag the fight into the quantum realm or the bleed. Superman's flight speed allows him to choose whether they fight in Metropolis, on the moon, or in the center of a black hole. Thor needs to summon a portal to travel. Superman just flies there.
Let's talk about toys. Thor brings a hammer, a belt, and an axe. Superman usually just brings his fists. Does Mjolnir give Thor the edge, or is the Fortress of Solitude packing heat?
Thor is a walking armory. He has Mjolnir, obviously, but he also wields Jarnbjorn, an axe enchanted to cut through celestial armor. Kryptonian skin is paper compared to that. He wears the Megingjord, the Belt of Strength, which instantly doubles his already planetary strength. He has access to the Odin Sword, He isn't just a strong guy, he is equipped for cosmic war. Every item on his person is a relic of mass destruction. Superman just has a cape.
Superman is the weapon. He doesn't need crutches, but if we're bringing toys, Superman has the Phantom Zone projector to banish Thor instantly. He has the Miracle Machine in the fortress. But his greatest equipment is the sun itself. Sun dipping triples his power in minutes. While Thor is buckling his belt, Superman is bathing in a star and becoming a god. Thor needs enchanted items to be relevant. Superman just needs to exist.
Superman is the weapon. Hard line. But let's talk about the abstract. Who sits higher on the cosmic food chain? Are they just heroes, or are they fundamental forces of their universes?
Thor is the All-Father now. He replaced Odin. He fought the Black Winter, a thing that eats universes for breakfast, and won. He drained the power cosmic from Galactus and turned him into a bomb. Thor debates with eternity and infinity. He is a cosmic pillar of the Marvel universe. Superman is a hero, sure, but Thor is a king who reshapes the cosmology. He operates on a level of reality where punching hard is the least interesting thing he does. He is a fundamental force of nature.
Narrative scaling? Fine. Superman is the story of the Superman. In Doomsday Clock, Dr. Manhattan realized the entire DC metaverse revolves around Superman. He punched the Anti-Monitor, a guy destroying infinite timelines, and staggered him. He broke the source wall, the boundary of reality itself. Superman isn't just a hero. He is the concept of hope made manifest. The universe literally reforms around him to ensure he wins. You can't kill a universal constant with a lightning bolt.
Let's get nasty. Mental toughness. Can they be broken? Or are they too stubborn to die? Who breaks first psychologically when the pain becomes unbearable?
Asgardian minds are fortresses. Thor has resisted the Phoenix Force and the Mind Gem. When he enters Warrior's madness, he is immune to fear, doubt, and telepathy. He's lived for thousands of years, fought in wars that lasted centuries. He doesn't have human hesitation. Superman is a Kansas farm boy at heart. He has doubts. He has fears. Thor is a Viking god born in blood. You can't break the mind of someone who lives for Ragnarok. He welcomes the pain.
The farm boy just happens to know Torquasm Vo, a Kryptonian martial art that turns his mind into a weapon. He can fight on the astral plane while his body fights physically. He's resisted Manchester Black and Dominus. His mind is a supercomputer with firewalls that gods can't crack. He processes trauma instantly. You can't drive him crazy because he processes information faster than you can inflict it. Thor is stubborn. Superman is structurally unbreakable, mentally and physically.
What about pure skill? Strip away the powers. If they were both human, who wins the bar fight? Is Thor the better warrior, or is Superman a secret martial arts master?
Thor wins this, hands down. He is the greatest warrior in the Nine Realms. He has mastered every weapon in Asgard, but he beats Hercules in wrestling and Hela in swordplay. His combat genius is forged in millennia of war. Superman relies on being stronger than everyone else. When he fights someone his own size, he struggles. Thor fights people stronger than him every Tuesday and wins with skill. Superman is a brawler. Thor is a grandmaster of violence.
That's a tired stereotype. Superman trained with Batman to learn pressure points that disable giants. He learned sword fighting from Wonder Woman. He uses Torquasm Rao to utilize geometry and physics in combat. He doesn't just punch. He uses leverage and momentum at light speed. He calculates the breaking point of your bones before he throws the punch. He is a supercomputer tactician. Thor just swings a hammer and hopes for the best. Superman dissects you surgically.
Okay, let's put them in the ring. Neutral ground, standard morals, no prep time. Who drops first when they are trying to be heroes, but realized they have to fight?
Thor wins because he goes for the kill. Superman tries to disable or talk. Thor realizes this guy is a threat and pins him with Mjolnir. Superman can't lift the hammer. He's not worthy. Sorry, fanboys. Once he's pinned, Thor hits him with the full Odin force. Game over. Superman's Boy Scout morals get him killed against a warrior who doesn't hesitate. You can't talk down a thunder god.
Don't make me laugh. Superman wins because of speed. He hears Thor's heartbeat. He sees the electrical signals in Thor's brain. Before Thor lifts his arm, Superman blitzes. He disarms Thor, tossing Mjolnir into the sun. Without the hammer, Thor is crippled. Superman keeps him in the air, blasts him with heat vision, and beats him into submission. It's not a fight. It's a blurred beatdown. Thor never lands a single hit.
Final question. No morals. Bloodlusted. The planet is expendable. Who survives when they stop holding back and start trying to erase each other?
Bloodlusted Thor is the world breaker. He cracks the planet just to ruin Superman's footing. He opens a portal to a red sun dimension and drags Superman into hell. He transmutes the air in Superman's lungs into fire. He summons the God Blast to erase Superman's soul. A Viking god with no morals isn't a hero. He's a natural disaster. Superman can't punch magic. He dies screaming.
A bloodlusted Superman is a horror movie. The fight lasts 1 nanosecond. He doesn't punch Thor. He flies through Thor. He vibrates his hand through Thor's skull and scrambles his brain. He hits Thor with an infinite mass punch, the force of a dwarf star in a fist. He vaporizes the atmosphere instantly. There is no casting time for spells. There is no portal opening. There is just physics applied at light speed. Thor is dead before he even knows the fight started.
There it is. The magic apocalypse versus the physics nightmare. One rules the long game, the other ends it in a nanosecond. Who actually takes the crown? Drop your vote in the comments. Team Thor or Team Soups? Let the war continue below.